Hey guys, Zen here, welcome to the channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing a custom Johto set created by none other than cuptinice. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. They are phenomenal. They're in the Discord server. They create so many realistic EX Pokemon to the point where I'm like, yo, please teach me, right? Like I'm trying to get on your level now. And they created an entire Johto region set, which a lot of us really wanted a few sets ago, but we got, you know, the amazing Space-Time Smackdown set. And with that, we're going to start looking at the Golden Tempest, Lugia, and Ho-Oh. First of all, let me know real quick, which pack are you going to open first? Would you open the Lugia or the Ho-Oh? Personally, I'm going Lugia all day. Come on, guys. let's be serious here. And now with that, let's hop right into it with, hey, yo, look at the packs. This is my concept for cards based on Johto region. This is a nice little message from cuptinice here. The cards will be organized by Pokedex number instead of types. There might be attacks that are too strong or weak. I am open to suggestions and comments. Again, real quick, guys. If I'm the one creating these cards, you can pretty much say whatever you want. I got a thick skin. You know, I don't really, you know, be nice sometimes. But also, if I'm reviewing other, you know, community members, be very like mindful of what you say. Make sure it's constructive criticism. If something's like too busted, just say it's a little busted. Don't say, oh, this sucks or anything. We don't, it's not nice. It's not nice. You know, if I was making it, say that, that's fine. But other people taking time out of their day to make these amazing concepts, and that's exactly what they are, amazing concepts. With that, let's hop into Chikorita, Bayleaf, and Meganium. So this is kind of going to be how we're going to look at all of them, okay? So first off, Chikorita, 60 HP. Take a grass energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon. It's free ramp, baby. I love it. We have Bayleaf, which retreats for 2. Honestly, yo, this Chikorita might be the best grass starter ever, because all of them require like 1 to 2 grass energy outside of the promo Snivy that can attack for 1 energy, but this also ramps for itself, right? So that's not too bad at all. Honestly, you can probably even put this into a non-grass type deck and get this thing popping. Bayleaf is at a 90 HP, 2 energy, Razor Leaf 40, and then the Solar Beam does 90 for 3 energy and it's 160. That's a pretty solid non-EX variant. I don't know, this might be the best Chikorita I've ever seen. This makes me actually want to pick Chikorita for the first time. Yeah, I'm a Chikorita hater, I'll say it. Moving on, let's see what the next one is. Here it is. Did I tell you that cuptinice is like cracked when it comes to making these 4 diamond realistic Meganium? Like what? Who? Dina, hire them. If you're looking for a job, that is, you know, Dina, hire them. This is crazy. Anyway, Meganium EX is 190. Healing Aroma. Once during your turn, heal 10 damage from all of your Pokemon for each grass energy attached on this Pokemon. Oh, we're just making Meganium busted. So it literally ties into Chikorita. The more grass energy you have, once during your turn, heal 10 damage from all of your Pokemon for each of the grass energy attached to this Pokemon, and then Solar Beam does 100. Bro, this is like a cracked out Venusaur. Like this is better than Venusaur. Poor Venusaur, man. If this Meganium EX existed, nobody would play Venusaur. In fact, nobody really does play Venusaur. I love it. I love Healing Aroma. I don't know how we would like modify it to make it a little bit more less OP, but I like the idea. I like the idea that that's what it does. Maybe only one of your Pokemon can heal 10 for each of the energy attached on this, instead of all of your Pokemon. That could be a thing. I love the rainbow border as well. Phenomenal job all around. Moving on, Cyndaquil, smoke screen for 10, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent cannot attack during the next turn. Standard stuff here, nothing too crazy, you know? Let's see. Quilava, 90. Mini Eruption is such a great name. Fire, colorless. First of all, I like that both our starters are colorless, which means we can kind of put them in almost any deck, it feels like. And then we have Typhlosion here, Blazing Fire for 90, 2 energy. It does retreat for 3. I think that makes it a little bit more balanced. First, I was like, yo, 90 for 2 energy and they're burned? 460 HP is crazy, but the 3 retreat cost does seem like it's a little bit more balanced. Each of your grass type in play. Yeah, the Meganium, I could see that being a little bit better, more balanced. Yeah, it's pretty strong. Maybe even like with the retreat cost, let's bring down the HP a bit. This just seems like if you get this online, that's cracked, bro. I can see this being like a 140 to be honest. Keep everything else the same, but let's reduce the HP a little bit. Potentially, I don't know. Let's see the EX, guys. You ready? Typhlosion EX, 180 HP. The ability is Flame Body. If this Pokemon is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, they're burned. Bro, 2 energy for 100 damage is magnificent. Honestly, this is the type of power creep I'm looking for. I'm looking for things that are strong enough that might make other people be like, you know, maybe we don't need to play Darkrai Giratina all the time. So I don't know. I like, obviously on paper, this is like super strong. But also, maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need a ton of super strong cards. So that way there's variety on the ladder. Potentially, I don't know. That's all I'm saying. So far, 10 out of 10. The rainbow art border, amazing. Amazing stuff here. But it does retreat for, yeah, you're right, I guess. All right, here's the Totodile. Water Energy Splash 20. Love the art you went with. This is the official TCG art, and it's like meta, the meta cards currently. Croconaut, big bite during your opponent's next turn. They cannot retreat. That is massive on a starter Pokemon. It's so good. Wait, they have a different retreat cost? 3 on here, 2 on here. That could just be a mistake, right? 3, 2. I'm going to assume it's 3 across the board, right? Let's assume that it's just 3. It's okay. It happens, especially when you're making so many of these fire cards. No pun intended. All right, let's move on to here. Paralligator is 160. Hydro Splash, 90 damage. This attack also does 20 damage to all of your opponent's bench. I love these cards. They're so strong, bro. Like, nothing seems underwhelming. If anything, everything seems a little overwhelming, but in a good way, in the best possible way. And here we go, guys. Paralligator EX, 180. Aqua Tail, 40 damage, Sheer Force, 120. Discard a random energy among the energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. So it's 20 less damage than Gyarados. However, it discards off of one of their Pokemon. You're never losing energy. I love this. I love this. I love this. Gyarados, move over. There's a new sheriff in town, and it's big and blue. All right, so that's the Paralligator EX. Here's the rainbow border. It's awesome. We got so many more to cover. Moving on to Sentret here. 40 HP. Search for family. Put a random basic Pokemon from your deck into your hand. I don't know. Do you guys think this would replace Pokeball potentially? I don't know. This is interesting. And then the Body Slam Furry is pretty fire. Next up is Hoot 50 Tackle for 10. Noctowl 90. Insomnia, as long as this Pokemon is on your bench, your Pokemon cannot be asleep. Oh my goodness. Throw this down onto any Snorlax Berry deck list and things are gonna go crazy. Now you don't even need the Lumberry. You just can't sleep anymore. This is so good. Snorlax just got a massive buff. I love it. All right, next up is Ladybuff, 50 double edge, does 10 damage to itself. Oh, I like this a lot. This is like Joltik. I feel like maybe even 40 HP because that is a lot of damage. Because if you look at the Joltik, I think the Joltik is 30 or 40 HP as well. Maybe it's 50, I don't know. And then Ladyen is 90 HP, Swift for 40. This attack ignores any effects from your opponent's supporter cards and abilities. Okay, pretty solid. Excuse me, what? This attack ignores any effects from your opponent's supporter cards and abilities. So is this like an anti-blue specifically and like an anti-Melmetal? Yeah, okay, so that's what I'm thinking. Cool. That makes sense. Next up is Spinarak. 60 HP, Poison Sting 20, flip a coin if heads. The opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Ooh, the tools? I don't think it said anything about tools. It just said abilities and supporter cards. Nothing about tools. Gyarados, 100 HP, Venomous Fang, 50 damage for 2, and it poisons. That's pretty solid. Oh, and we got ourselves a new sheriff in town, Crowbat. Cutting Wind for 2 energy, deals 70 damage. However, we have a Crobat EX. What's up, Trip? Welcome on in. This is interesting. Toxic Cloud. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent's active Pokemon will be poisoned. Oh man, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy because think about this. Crobat EX with Quacksire EX and a 0 retreat cost. Oh my goodness. You get in there, you poison them, you retreat into Quacksire, 4120. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Or you can retreat into Arbok. Trap them. This is so good. I love this. I love this so much. More than the current Arceus Link Crobat, if I'm being honest. All right, moving on. We have, ooh, a full art. You're throwing these in here too. All right, Chincho, 70 HP, Thunder Wave, flip a coin. If heads, they're paralyzed. And then Lantern is 100 HP. Thunderous Bolt for 60 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now, ooh, that's no downside on the Lantern. This is a problem because you need to have a coin flip situation to enforce paralysis, because what you've created here is a never-ending loop of them not being able to do anything. And that's not, I don't even think, yeah, it's always a coin flip. So that's one thing that I'll point out, even in their official TCG. Because what happens is, if you evolve, they can't do anything. I guess they could Nurse Joy, but like that's the only card that counters that. And I don't know if there's any card in the official TCG that says automatically paralysis. I feel like it's always coin flip. So maybe if you made this a coin flip as well, that'd be kind of fire. All right, let's keep going. Oh, it's me, guys. Natu, Peck for 20, Zatu. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Pretty accurate. Super Psybolt too. Retreats for 1. I like it. I like it a lot. I approve this message. God, just seeing the Zatu, and do you see this little head on the middle? That used to be my avatar. Like my first ever avatar on the channel when I first made it. Zatumi KO. For those of you that remember the KO that was on this channel. Next up we have Mareep, Static Shock, not the superhero, for 20. And then Flaffy, 90 HP for Electro Ball for 50 is pretty solid. Pretty solid. Next up, oh my goodness, AOS Baby, 140 Gigavolt, 100 damage, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon's paralyzed. Perfect. Love this. AOS EX though, 180 Exavolt, 150. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. If tails, this Pokemon releases. Ooh, I like this a lot. I like this a lot. That's oof. I feel, oh man, 150 without losing energy is kind of crazy, right? And it has a pretty neat ability. Like you're guaranteed potentially 50% of the time to just paralyze them. That minus 30, oh, I don't know. Maybe it needs to be minus 50. You know, I don't know. Maybe even like minus 60. I feel like it needs to be more damage. It's a little too busted, in my opinion. I like the card though. I like the idea here. All right, Ampharos, Rainbow Border, phenomenal. Next up, we have Blossom, 130 HP. Huge fan of that for stage 2. Flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does 40 damage for each heads. Love that. Love that for Blossom. Merro here, Bubble. Flip a coin. Your opponent's active Pokemon's now paralyzed. Okay. Bubble Jump 30 times. Flip a coin for each of your benched Pokemon. I love this. This is like the Toxicroak, right? The first one we got. You guys think minus 30 is perfect? I don't know. This feels pretty good. This feels, I would play Azumarill just for the chaos. I like the paralysis. I feel like we don't actually get that enough because it would probably be the most annoying thing ever to deal with all that paralysis, you know? Next up we have is a Sudowoodo with Joust. For doing damage, discard all Pokemon tools. I like it. I like it. Do I like the other one a little bit better? A little bit, to be honest. A little bit. Next up, we have Politoed. Hyper Voice for 30 times damage. This attack does 30 damage for each of your benched water Pokemon. Not bad. So what? It can do 90 damage. It's like Pikachu. It's like a baby Pikachu, essentially. EX. A little bit more HP, but it also is stage 2. Not bad. Hoppip. 60 HP, flail around, flip 3 coins. This attack does 10 damage times the number of heads. I would play Hoppip just because it's a coin flip. I love that. I love that for Hoppip. Giploon does, what is this, 40 damage. Not bad. Fluffy Breeze, 70, 130 HP for Jump Bluff. This attack also does 10 damage to all of your opponent. Love that. Love that. More bench damage, so that way Cyrus comes in and cleans up. All right. I don't even know what the rest of the full arts look like in the set, but I'm just going to go ahead and say this now. I could be wrong, which I very well might be. Also, is it Ampabomb? No, we do have an Ampabomb already and an Apom. I think this Apom full art is probably the best. I think this might be the best. I haven't seen the rest, but I'm calling it right now. So this is like a Meowth. It draws for you for 1 energy, and then Wicked Tail for 2 energy. Choose a random card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that card and then shuffles it back into their... Love this. Oh, dude, the chaos of this is so good. So good. Next up is Suncarn, Seed Bomb, 20, and then Sunflora, Mega Drain. It heals itself for 20, deals 50 damage. That's pretty solid. Ooh, Wooper. Okay, it's a great art, but in the game, I can already tell that this is going to be the card that I will continually pull, like the Magnemite from set, what is it, the Space Time Smackdown, and getting like 40 of these is eventually going to piss me off because its face is literally on my hat. Anyway, Scoop Water, 10 damage. Take a water energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon. Nah. All right. First of all. Okay. Oh man. Listen. Quacksire is a fighting type. If this Pokemon has any water energy attached to it, this attack does 50 more damage. All right. Check this out. Wooper into Quacksire in a Garchomp Cynthia deck running only fighting energy with Dawn. I'm cooking. I'm cooking and these cards aren't even real. This is amazing. Oh man, I would love this to no end. This is so good. So far, my favorite just effect on a card. This is so cool. This is so cool. I love this. This wins. This scares me, but this idea just wins entirely. Ooh, Espeon. Okay, confused, right? 120 HP. Once during your turn, flip a coin. If heads, they're confused. I like this. This is like Hypno, but better. Shadow Ball for 70 for 3 energy. That's pretty sick. And then this full art's pretty nice. I still like this full art the best. I'm waiting to something, you know, sparks my interest. No Espeon EX? No, it doesn't look like. Umbreon 120, Lunatic Sense. Am I saying that wrong? I feel like it's supposed to be lunar, right? But that's definitely lunatic. I don't know. Reading's hard. If you have more points than your opponent, this attack does 60 more damage. Oh, Darkness got a buff. You love to see it. Murkrow, Mean Look, your opponent can't retreat for 10. Dirty Throw, this attack does 50. If you discard a random card from your hand. Oh, I think you have to like rearrange. I think you have to rearrange the text here, right? It should say discard a random card from your hand. If you do, this attack does 50 damage, because if you have 0 cards in your hand, then it doesn't do 50 damage. But this is crazy right here. Oh man, sign me up. Gonna play this with the old lady. All right, now we have Slow King for 130, 100 damage unarmed. If you have no cards in your hand, ignore all energy. This attack, bro, what? Oh man, is there a card that discards all cards from your hand? Oh, that's crazy. I'm thinking fossils maybe, right? Slow King is kind of busted. And then we have Unknown here, 60. Once during your turn, you may draw a basic Pokemon from your deck. This 100% replaces Pokeballs. And I'm here for it. I'm 100% here for it, dude. Yo, cuptinice, phenomenal work. I'm probably going to say this 10 more times throughout the video, but shout out, phenomenal work. These are looking so good. Shadow Bind is 60 damage, 100 HP. Shady Tail, as long as this Pokemon is on your bench, your opponent's active Pokemon has no abilities. Oh man, the Drud counter is here. We need this. We need this. However, Woba Fett needs to be on the bench. Interesting. Phenomenal card. Might be the best effect I've seen so far. This and the Quacksire line. Love the Woba Fett. Need the Woba Fett. Girafarage, Farigiraf. Demanding Tail, 30 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, the opponent shuffles their hand into their deck and draw. Oh god, that's so strong and annoying. I mean, I love it though. I love that it's 2 energy and not 3. Honestly, that's pretty balanced. Eerie Wave, 80 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Love that. Pineco, Guard Press. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes, nice. And then Fortress. Exploding Energy. This attack also does 50 damage to this Pokemon. 120 for 3 colorless? Bro, what? You could put this in a Manaphy deck. Am I crazy? This is so good. A Manaphy with Irida? It does the 50, but you heal the 40. Yo, sign me up. This is amazing. All right, next up is Dunsparce. It digs for 10 damage. This Pokemon takes minus 20 from attacks during your opponent's next turn. And then it evolves into Dunsparce, 100 HP. Dig Away Flash, 70 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Oh, fascinating. I like these paralysis. Not gonna. Oh, we're getting the Dunsparce EX, guys. 150 HP, adversarial tail, 30x. This attack does 30 damage for each of your opponent's EX in their deck. Wait. How does that work? How does that work? It just automatically automatically knows, like, hey, your opponent's running this many EX Pokemon. At least we don't have an effect like that. I'm for it because this is a digital card game and the game should already automatically know. So whatever the damage counter hits, if it hits like 6 damage, now you know that they have at least 2 EX Pokemon, right? But what if they're running like, I don't know, 10 EX Pokemon? You just automatically... I think it needs to be EX Pokemon in play. I think from their deck you just win. You evolve stage 1 and just start. No one's gonna play EX Pokemon anymore because of the Dunsparce. And then it also has Drill Break, 100 damage. Old deck, that's tough. 1 energy, turn 2, play this. If they're playing what, 5 EX Pokemon, like 3 lines, max copy 6, they're taking a lot of damage, 180 every turn for 1 energy. That's kind of busted. Personally, I think it needs to be what's in play, right? But I'm not the creator. All right, 100 damage for Drill Break feels accurate. And the rainbow here is just stunning and beautiful, to be honest. All right, Gliggar, 60, Cyclone Pincers. Flip 4 coins. This attack does 10 damage for each heads. And then we have Gliscor, 100 HP. Toxic Sting, 50 damage. Flip a coin if heads your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Love this. This is pretty good. It feels almost like lore accurate. Yeah, dude. The Unsparse just like counters Giratina, Darkrai, literally everything. And I don't think anyone's mad at it. All right, moving on. Ooh, Onyx. This is the same Onyx we have. Is it not? Dig Deep. I don't know why that's funny to me. 10 damage. Take a metal energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon. Honestly, not bad. Okay, guys, because with Brock still works with this. Okay, so I just want to say you can run this with fighting energy, still do this and hit Brock. You have 1 metal into the Steelix, Earthquake, 40 damage. This attack also does 30 damage to a random benched Pokemon on your opponent. Love that. Love that for us. And then we have Steelix EX. Oh, dude. Okay, so you run this with Brock and you maybe get off 2 of these and run any other energy you want, because then you go into Steelix EX, which deals 160 damage. I mean, just kidding, I can't read. 160 HP, Iron Tail for 40 damage. But before I continue reading, dude, this looks so real. This is insane, bro. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Also, heavy impact. If this attack knocks out one of your opponent's active Pokemon, none of your Pokemon can attack during your next turn. I think that's a balanced effect. I just don't know if that's an effect that's existent with the mechanics of the game. Because if we look at Leafeon, it says this cannot attack the next turn. However, if you retreat onto your bench Pokemon can never have that not attacked, right? Because then you can bring it back if you discard a fossil, and it actually loses that whole can't attack next turn. So I don't know if it'll affect your bench Pokemon. However, saying that this Pokemon can't attack next turn, I think is super valid. But that's just my 2 cents, right? Steelix with the rainbow border, pretty solid. I like this card. But I think I like this one better. Like this, you popped off. You went crazy with this Steelix art. This looks so real. This looks insane. All right, moving on to Snubble. Headbutt for 20. Gramble, Bull, Dash, 70 plus. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 20 more damage. If tails, this Pokemon does 20 damage to itself. Respectable. I can agree with this. All right. Okay, here we go. We go Quillfish, Poison Sting for 20 poisons. That's pretty good. Scyther for 30 Air Slash. You put it in a metal deck because it's a colorless energy here. X-Scissor, 40 plus. Flip a coin of heads. It does an additional 40. Okay, move over Executor EX. There's a new sheriff in town, and he's red, and he's not an EX. And he also retreats for, like, faster. That's awesome. And then we have Scizor. Oh, dude, this looks so good. Oh my God, dude, this looks insane. Scizor EX, 160 HP, Cross Breaker, 90 damage plus, a metal energy, 2 colorless. You may choose to discard metal energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 20 more damage for each energy discarded this way. Love that. Phenomenal. 10 out of 10 Pokemon right here. Oh, it's so good. Throw this in a Dialga deck list, give it a cape, and you just win. After your Dialga goes down, it comes in and you just win. As long as your opponent's not running a Crimson Storm Charizard, you just win, bro. I love this. And the rainbow border is pretty nice too. I really like this a lot. All right, let's move on. Shuckle. I forgot this Pokemon even existed. Yeah, talking way too fast. I'm forgetting to breathe sometimes. Energy Drink. Take a random energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your Pokemon in any way you like. I like that. A random energy from your energy zone. Does that mean you can't choose? It's just like, here's a random energy. Well, that's kind of interesting. That's interesting. I don't know, man. Listen, that is an interesting card. That's all I can say. Heracross, 100 HP, might be the best Heracross we've ever seen. Let's find out. Super Powered Throw, 40 plus. This attack does plus 20 damage for each colorless in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat. Love that. Love that for this little bug. You're doing 120 to a ton. Dude, this thing one-shots Darkrai. Dude, this thing one-shots Darkrai. No, just kidding. I can't do math. It does not one-shot Darkrai. I thought it was plus 40 for a sec. It is, but it's the plus 20 on the bottom. Never mind. Never mind. I got a little too overexcited here. Actually, wait, maybe it does. Plus 20, that's 40. 80, that's 100. Throw on a red and throw on a helmet. And then maybe. That's a whole lot of throw-ons, though. Next, we have Sneasel here and a Weavile, but they're both water, which is for ice. instead of it being darkness. I'm a huge fan. Cut down 20, flip a coin if heads, discard a random. Love that. Slashing Claws, 60 damage. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon into the active spot. I feel like the opponent chooses that, right? Slashing Claws. I feel like it's just missing that text. Because if you get to choose, oh my god, everyone's only ever playing this Pokemon right now. Nah, this is kind of crazy. Speaking of crazy, Teddy Ursa, gather food, flip a coin. If heads, put an item card from your discard pile into your hand. Pokeball, Pokeball. Let me get my Pokeballs. Ursaring, 100 HP. Furry Slice, flip 3 coins. This attack does 30 damage times the number of heads. And then we have Ursaluna. I wonder if we get the Blood Moon variant. It's kind of sick right here. Pete Shoulder. I think I said that right. 120. This attack minus. This is 120 minus. This attack does 10 less damage for each energy attached on your opponent's active Pokemon. Oh, that kind of stinks. But you know, it's respectable. I can see it. It makes sense. It's only 3 energy here, right? And then we have why do we have Slugma in all caps here? Did you misspell it? Slugma. No, it's spelled the right way. I'm confused. Slugma. All right. A Singe, 10 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. Macargo, Indomitable Blaze, 50 plus. This attack does 30 plus damage if your opponent's. So you go from this to this. So you deal 90 damage across 2 turns, not including burn. So that's 110, 130 by the start of turn 3 for you. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Almost as crazy as this art for this Mamoswine line. We have Swine up here. With Tackle, we have Pillow-Swine, Gathering Steps, 40 plus. This attack does 10 more damage for each colorless in the retreat cost of your Swine-Up, Pillow-Swine, and wait, what? This attack does 10 more damage for each colorless in the of your, like, do they have to be on bench? Because if that's the case, that's kind of fire, not gonna lie. And then we have Mamoswine 160, Rumbling March. This attack does 30 more damage for each stage 2 on your bench. Ooh, that's a... We don't have a card that currently does anything like this, but now I'm kind of a huge fan of this because no one really plays stage 2s because they're so hard, dude. They're so hard to play unless they give you a ton of benefit like Rampardos or Meowscarada. Otherwise, you just don't really play them. So that's pretty cool though. That's pretty cool. I like this. Next up, we have Corsola. Nice full art here. Bubble Shoot. This attack does 20 damage for each water energy attached to all of your Pokemon. Manaphy. Misty, Ursula, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's all I'm gonna say is that's crazy, man. That's it. Remoraid, 60 HP, Sprinkle Water, 20 damage, and then we have Smoke Screen Shot, 50 damage during your opponent's next turn. They have to flip a coin if tails. The attack does nothing. That's pretty solid. I like that. I like these kinds of Pokemon effects. Oh man, I take it back. This Delibird Fart might be the best. It's so cute. It reminds me of Duolingo, the app, a little bit. Anyway, the attack is all the presents, and it has 70 HP. Flip a coin until you get tails. For each heads, you may draw a card from your deck and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Not sure why you need to shuffle afterwards, but hey, I'll take it. This is the new Misty on turn 1. However, I think there's a limit. I think there's a limit in Pokemon Pocket. You could only have 10 cards in your hand. If this card existed, every time I flip and I get more than 2 heads, I'm going to respond with, I guess Christmas came early. Until you guys get sick of me. Because, oh man, this is great. Oh, we're getting another EX. All right, Mantine first, 110, Mantine Surf. If this Pokemon has an energy attached to it, it has no retreat cost, and it surfs. All right, this is your new frontliner right here. A frontliner with Rocky Helmet for Giratina for Water decks. This is phenomenal. And then we have Skarmory EX. Honestly, I think you put that Manatine in Gyarados decks, in Palkia decks. Skarmory EX, 130 HP. It is a basic. Tailspin Pile Driver. 80 plus. This attack does 50 damage if your opponent's active Pokemon has damage on it. So it's just a better but also worse Weavile. I'm not mad at it. This is balanced. This is so good. Phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal card. And to just be able to deal 130 on rip, right, is so good. So good. And what's cool is you can, oh, we saw another EX. What's cool is you could also play this with the baby Skarmory as well. All right, Houndour, bite for 20. And then we have Hound Doom EX. Inferno Fang for 2 fire energy, 70 plus. If you choose to discard all energy from this Pokemon, it does an additional 60 damage. Pop off. That's amazing. I love this. So what is that? 130 off rip, 150 with red. Oh my God, sign me up. And you don't even have to do that. You can say, no, I don't want to discard and keep it and do it again. I love this. This is so good. We have Horsey, 60 HP bubble. Flip a coin if heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. And then we have Seadra here. Bubble Beam 50. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Same thing. Okay, awesome. And then, oh, we have a Kingdra. Our first dragon type, could be our only. Deep Sea King is the ability. When your active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, you may move any amount of energy from that Pokemon to this. Listen, all I'm saying is you play this with a Magneton deck running only water energy. And once your Magnetone or even Magnezone goes down, you come in and you pretty much guarantee free Dragon Blasts. That's what I think. I mean, obviously people would want to play this with Dragonite, but I think this would be crazy. Oh, dude, yeah, you're right. Double Kingdra would be nuts. Because as soon as your Kingdra goes down, the next one comes in and it's just ready to go. Oh, dude, this is so good. I love it. Next up, we have Phanpy here. Oh, maybe the Donphan's good. Knock away 20 plus, flip a coin if heads. This attack does 20 more damage. Donphan, Earthquake, 90 damage. This attack also does 20 damage to each of your benched Pokemon. That stinks. Your benched Pokemon did nothing to deserve this. All right, next up, we have Porygon. Data Displacement, 10, flip a coin. If heads, move an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon to one of their bench. I love that. Power Beam, discard an energy from this Pokemon for 1 energy. That seems kind of balanced. Energized attack 40x. This attack does 40 damage for each energy attached to this Pokemon. Interesting. Maybe you run this with Dialga, to be honest. Porygon Z might be kind of cracked. Maybe even with Manaphy because of the HP. All right, we have Stantler Wild Dive 20x. This attack does 20 damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. That is what we need. A basic that says, hey, you want to ramp? You can ramp. I got you, fam. Porygon Z with Dialga would go crazy. No, yeah, I agree too. Wordeer with this full art is beautiful. Extra sensory for 2 colorless, 60 plus. If you have the same number of cards in your hand as your opponent, this attack does 60 more damage. I love that effect. It's so fun. It's so silly. We're hand tracking. Miracle 70 HP. Colorful palette. Once during your turn, you may randomly swap an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon with a different random type of energy. All right, guys, this is your Giratina counter. As long as Colorful Palette pulls away a psychic energy from Giratina, they can't do anything. That's it. They're done. Yeah, no, this is a super meta. This is super meta right here because it might actually be broken. This might actually be broken. It's a basic Pokemon. It essentially says they can't ramp their active Pokemon. They have to ramp on bench and then bring them in. Only colorless Pokemon could counter this. It's a colorless meta buff. I like Smeargle. Next, we have Hitmon Lee. 2 energy, a fighting and a colorless coordinated strike 40 plus. If Hitmonchan or Hitmontop is on your bench, this attack does 60 more damage. Oh, shoot. Okay. 100 damage for 2 energies. Kind of cracked. The move over Marshadow. This just does it on rip. Detect 30, flip a coin. If heads, prevent all effects of attack, including damage done to Hitmonchan during your next turn. I like that, actually. That's pretty solid. And then close combat, 50 plus during your next turn. This Pokemon's close combat attack does an additional 40 damage. I like that. Hitmontop. I think Hitmon Lee and Hitmontop are probably the best. Honestly, all of these are really good. This is all really good right here. All right, we got Miltank. Let's see how busted this card is going to be for Whitney. 100 HP. Moo Malt is the ability. Once during your turn, you may flip a coin for each energy attached to your active Pokemon. For each heads, heal 20 damage from it. I'm not mad. I'm so not mad. More coin flip simulator is exactly what we need in Pokemon Pocket, said everyone. Tackle 30 damage. No, I'm serious, guys. You probably think I'm being sarcastic. I enjoy it, especially when I get heads, but also when I get tails, to be honest. It's kind of fun. Tackle for 30. Chansey 110. Gentle Slap for 40 for 2 energy. And then we have Blissey here, 140 HP. Blissful Blast, 80 damage. 3 energy, nature cure. Whenever you attach an energy to your Pokemon, it recovers from all special conditions. Put this on your bench. It's not too bad. I like that a lot. It counters Crowbat, right? And oh my goodness. I think it's time that we're hopping into some legendaries here, guys. Raichu. Baby Raichu lost voltage 40 plus. This attack does 60 more damage if you have any lightning energies in your discard pile. Dude, this is Pikachu. You play this with the Pikachu EX, the new one. This is insane. And then we have the Raichu EX 140. Thunderous Rain 40 plus. This attack does 20 more damage for each lightning energy attached to this Pokemon. So as soon as you have the 2, lightning energy, you're guaranteed to hit for 80 for 2 energy. And then every turn after that, now both of these cards are kind of cracked. They kind of slap too, not gonna lie. Next up, we have Ente EX. Okay, for Baby Ente, Fire Fang, 70 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned for 2 fire energy and 1 colorless. Respectable. And then we have Ente EX for 140 eruption, same energy requirements, 100 plus. You may choose to discard the top card of both your deck and your opponent's deck. If you do, this attack does 40 more damage. I mean, absolutely. I'm discarding my deck all day for this effect. And it retreats for 1. That's pretty solid. And then we have Suicune. Baby Suicune is a frozen flow, 50 damage. After you attack, your opponent must switch their active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. I'm assuming they get to choose. And then Suicune EX, 140 HP, reverse stream, 90 damage. You may take a water energy from your discard pile and attach it to one of your Pokemon of your choice. Oh, that's exactly what we need for water. Is more ramp. I love that. Oh, dude, this is crazy. This might be the best water basic Pokemon ever. Oh, dude. And also look at the card. Look at these cards, guys. They look so authentic. That's crazy. Pop off. Larvitar is next with double slab. 10 plus, flip a coin, does 10 more damage if it's head. And then a headbutt bounce, 40 damage for 2 colorless, 90 HP. Not too bad. And then, oh my goodness, Tyranitar EX. Overpowering Gaze. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent can't use any item cards from their hand. It's like Gengar, but it's a... Oh man, dude. I don't know. That's kind of cracked. It's only item cards, so I guess they can still use supporters and tools. Either way, the rainbow border is phenomenal. Next up is... Oh, this is our immersive. Can we go into this? No, we can't. We can't go into this one. Okay, that's fine. We got Baby Lugia here for 130. Rising Wind, 30 plus. This attack does 20 more damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. Love that. And then we have Lugia EX at 140 HP, Rising Wind, 50 damage, and then Aerial Force, 30x. This attack does 30 damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. Oh man, I might need a nasal strip. I can't breathe. But also, this Lugia Immersive looks beautiful. If I could go into this, that would be amazing. I like Lugia. I think this is a pretty strong card, but it also, I think it's balanced with the 3 retreat cost. Not too bad. Yeah, 120 minimum is kind of cracked. You almost guarantee that you're knocking out anything. And then another one, Ho-Oh Baby right here. Sacred Fire. This attack burns and does 70 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So I like the idea, but again, same with the Pokemon on the bench. Not like you can't poison, you can't paralyze, you can't do anything like that. You can't burn. You can't stop a Pokemon from attacking. You can't stop a Pokemon from like sleeping if they're on the bench. The bench is like you could only do status afflictions like burn or even stop things from attacking if it's in the active spot. So I think Sacred Fire instead of burning just does the 70 damage to any Pokemon. And then we have Ho-Oh EX 150. Phoenix Breath. Once during your turn, you may heal 10 damage from one of your Pokemon for each fire energy attached to this Pokemon. So this is like Meganium, but better because Moltres exists. Oh man, dude. Get like 10 energy on Ho-Oh EX and then just sweep, bro. That's crazy. Oh, and then we have some more stuff, guys. There's the immersive. We have Celebi here, 80, time recall. Each of your evolved Pokemon can use any attack from it. Oh my god. All right. If I could only choose one card to include in the actual set, it would be this Celebi because Time Recall is phenomenal. Time Recall is an insane ability that inevitably and inherently, whatever the word I'm looking for, expands the meta tremendously just by existing. This is, yeah, Bidoof, hello, with Bibarel is insane. Imagine Bibarel doing what Bidoof does. Oh man, and then we have Super Potion here, heal 50 damage from one of your Pokemon. If you do, discard an energy attached to that Pokemon. I think that's honestly a pretty good trade-off. Max Potion, heal all damage from one of your Pokemon. If you do, discard all energy attached to that Pokemon. If you play this card, your turn ends. Oh my god, and the turn ends? That's a lot, bro. I feel like maybe don't discard the energy, but end the turn, or end the turn, but don't discard all the energy. I don't know, but both? Oh my god, the double whammy is crazy. And then we have Revive here. Put a basic Pokemon from your discard pile onto your bench with half of its HP. Well, the old lady is just better, no? Unless you get to choose the basic for yourself. This is an interesting card though. Vitality Band. The attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to do 10 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. I like that. It is not a supporter though. You're right, guys. That makes sense. Ethan, take a fire energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your Pokemon. So Infernape just got a massive buff, as well as pretty much every fire type. Crimson Storm Charizard just got a massive buff. Bro, Ethan literally just destroyed the entire, incinerated the meta. I love it. I love Ethan. I want it to exist. Oh, we got more stuff, guys. Will, the next time you flip any number of coins for the effect of an attack, ability, or trainer card this turn, choose heads or tails for the first coin flip. Guaranteed heads on the first one. Nah, dude, I don't think this card would ever exist. I wanted to, but I don't think it would. I don't think it would. Spraggles actually released a video. I saw it today, so I don't know when you guys are going to see this on their channel about is Pokemon Pocket luck based, and they compared it to Texas Hold'em. And it makes a lot of sense. They made a lot of very good valid points on there. But this is nonetheless a really interesting effect. It's fun. It's funny. I like this. You can do some wacky things with this for sure. Lance here. During this turn, attacks used by your dragon Pokemon cost 1 less energy of a type of your choice. Lance literally buffing every dragon type ever. I love this. All right. And that's it, you guys. Oh my goodness. Phenomenal stuff. I loved all of these cards. Again, thank you so much, cuptinice, for this amazing set. They're currently working on a Hoenn. So many people on the Discord have already created their own sets. Alola, Unova, more Hoenns, because a lot of people like Hoenn. But so if you guys want to see these early, or maybe even want to submit your own or learn how to make these, consider joining the Discord. I love the community just because of how creative and just how awesome they are. So with that, don't forget to like the video, subscribe so you don't miss out videos like this, and also leave a comment on which one was your favorite and what region you want to see next. Thanks guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.